Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This month the free gift with Simply Cards and Paper Crafts is this really pretty hydrangea set. Now this consists of a stencil, you have the embossing folder, and down at the bottom we have a nice selection of stamps that will help you to create some really pretty cards. So using this set, which is issue 160 from Simply Cards and Paper Crafts, I've created some cards. So using the embossing folder, I've created a little banner that goes across there, and I've stamped the background using the butterflies that are in the set. Now this larger butterfly fits perfectly on top of the embossed one in the little folder. I've used the little sentiment from the bottom there. And then using the Hydrangea stamp, I've created a background for my card. I've again stamped the butterflies and I've cut them out so that they stand proud from the card. Now I've used the same stamp, but this time I've created it with some muted colours just to make a little bit of difference. And again I've used the embossed panel across the front of the card. So I'll stamp this now onto some watercolour card, and I've just spritzed it so that the watercolour runs into the background, and then I've added some splatters and some faux stitching around it. And for this one I've used the stencil, and I've just used chalks and distress inks to go through the stencil to create this card. So for this next technique I'm going to use the stencil, and I've got a mat that will just protect my work surface. I've got some smooth white card, and I'm going to take my stencil down to my card. Then I've got a spatula and some modelling paste, and I'm going to use these to create this beautiful flower on my card. Now I want some colours in my modelling paste, so I'm using Dusty Concord and Forest Moss, and all I'm going to do is just pop some of these colours down onto my non-stick mat. And then I'm going to mix the modelling paste in with the colours. So I'm just taking some on my spatula and I'm going to pop it down onto my sheet, and I'm going to mix that in with the paste. Now once I've got that mixed in, I'm just going to take some kitchen roll and I'm going to put some on my spatula, and I'm going to slide it, smooth it as if I'm smoothing some butter over the top of the flower. And I'm going to do the same on the other side with the other flower. So I'm just smoothing it down. I'll take off the excess, and we'll clean the knife, and then with some more modelling paste I'm going to mix it in with some of the green. So again we'll just put some down and we'll mix this in. Now once you've done this, you will of course need to leave it to dry. And it will take a few hours to dry. So we've got a stem there, and we have a leaf there, and another leaf there, and then over here we've got the stem and another leaf. So I'm trying not to mix the two parts together, the leaves and the flowers. Now once I've done that, I need to clean everything off. So I need to remove the mask very carefully so that it doesn't smudge. And then underneath we should have a really pretty pattern of the flower underneath. Now these pieces around the edge I can trim off once this is all dry, but I need to make sure now that my stencil and my mat are clean as I set that aside to dry. So once this is dry, I've trimmed it down to fit onto my card, and my card is going to be a 5x7 top folded card. I've created a smaller mat, and I've created a smaller white mat which I've run through an embossing folder. So I'm going to add these two together, and I've rounded off one corner on each piece. I'm going to glue those together, and then I'll add foam tape to the back, and once these are all glued in place, I can add this to the top of my card. So I've added these two together. Now before I add these to my card, I've stamped a little sentiment and I've added it to some parchment, and I'm just going to pop this onto my card along there and glue it in place. And then with the foam pads that I've got on the back, I can now just add this to my base card, and that's going to sit along there. Now the last thing I need to do is add in some lilac pearls just to match the card, and I'm just going to add these in a random way onto the card front. And that's enough. So there you have a really pretty card using the free gift with this month's Simply Cards and Papercraft. So there you have some really pretty ideas on how to use this hydrangea set, and they can be as intricate or as simple as you wish. The magazine will be on sale on the 23rd of February in craft stores and selected supermarkets. You can also get this magazine or a subscription from moremags.com. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give it the thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.